You think you're pathetic? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but let me try and help you with your self-esteem real quick. I want to share an interesting specimen with you that should lift your self-esteem. Because no matter what you think of yourself, when you take a look in the mirror and you're not happy, at least you're not looking at this man's face staring back at you. A 24-year-old man who just ruined his whole life because he stole over $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards and tried to sell them. He got caught. His name is Ronald, what is his name? Ronnie, Rudolph, Ryan, Richard Nunez. I couldn't remember his name. He's such a worthless worm, it didn't even register as something important. But his name is Richard Nunez, and he is someone I covered on stream a little while back where he broke into a card shop to steal Pokemon cards. This has become a very common target for robberies, Pokemon cards, because of how hot the TCG market is. So there are goobers out there that are now breaking into card shops, stealing them to try and sell them for big money. And as I've said numerous times now, it's a really fucking stupid idea. You have got to be the biggest nincompoop to think this is somehow a good strategy.
Thief was caught on camera in a smash and grab, breaking into a New Bedford collector's shop. Now, he was after Pokemon cards, very valuable cards, worth over 6 figures.
Smashing through 2 doors to get inside and steal the Pokemon cards.
I am definitely disappointed that this is what it's come to.
A brazen early morning heist that could rival any cartoon villain in only 30 seconds.
The reporter kind of talks about him like he's some kind of super skilled thief, like fucking Team Rocket villain here or something. He's not exactly like some galaxy brain mastermind criminal. He is a Cheeto dust caked on his fucking lips, goofy, greasy goober who juggernauts his way through 2 doors here and just takes the most valuable stuff from the display. He had clearly been to this store before and knew exactly what the high value items were, so he just went in there, breaking the glass, put it in a bag, and left. He did not get away with it, and it's something I've talked about a lot. This is a really fucking stupid idea in the first place because there's a variety of reasons. But, A, this isn't like gold bricks. You're not taking, something that everyone's going to be wanting to buy. You're taking things that you're likely going to be sitting on for a long time, maybe even forever. Like, there's no guarantee you'll ever even sell these products because they are so expensive. Only a small niche of the niche would ever even buy it, has the buying power to purchase it, because these are like $10,000+ cards, including a $30,000 box that he stole. It's not exactly easy to move those units online or in person. B, when you do try and sell it, you are going to be selling to other people in this industry most likely, and when you steal these items, they put out, of course, an announcement about the items that were stolen, and they have serial numbers and shit. So they get marked as stolen, so when you try and sell them, they can immediately see if it's stolen product most of the time. So most of these people, these fucking idiots, these drooling morons that steal Pokemon cards do end up getting caught when they go to sell them. And that is exactly what happened to Richard. Get the world's smallest violin out to play this man a song as he spends a good chunk of his life in jail now because $100,000 in stolen property is something taken very seriously, I would at least hope. So, First Edition Collectibles is the store that he stole from. They put out this flyer here, basically, online about everything that was stolen and gave all the numbers about it. And about 5 days ago, he was caught when he tried to sell it to another store that got suspicious with what he was trying to sell them and then noticed, oh, it happens to match what was stolen from First Edition Collectibles. They reported him. They caught him.
More than $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards stolen from a Massachusetts trading card store. Then, 2 weeks later, a break in the case, coming about 100 miles away.
A few days ago, I got a phone call of someone trying to sell a Green Wings base set booster box. We were super excited. We haven't had a box come through in a while, so I got him to come into the shop.
Dana Gagnon is the store manager at Collectible Tags in Manchester. He says something seemed off about the cards that man was trying to sell.
That's another thing. When these people are stealing cards like this, these really valuable cards, those are pretty hard to come by. So it immediately gets people alert. Like, oh, okay, this is a really interesting thing you're trying to sell me. They're going to do their due diligence to make sure they're not buying a stolen product, because that is a bad thing for them too. People don't just necessarily willy-nilly buy a fucking base set booster box like that without doing some amount of housekeeping to make sure that everything is, squeaky clean here. Also, at the end of the day, it's just shameful. Imagine living life knowing that you're the guy that stole fucking Pokemon cards to try and make money off of it. You could end up like Richard Nunez here, who's going to be behind bars, hopefully for a long time. I think it's going to be something they take seriously because of how common Pokemon card theft is, in particular, and the amount that he stole. I think he will probably face some very severe repercussions here. I imagine his life is ruined. Which it should be. You're a fucking loser.
Which are valued at $30,000.
He then had a suspicion that it was a similar box to what First Edition Collectibles lost. We acquired a photo of the guy's ID that sold us the box, so we had identification. And so Chris made some phone calls. We realized it was the box.
New Bedford police say they got similar calls from other stores.
These were so rare that they were serialized in a way that brought people's attention to the fact that they may be the ones that were involved in this theft.
New Bedford police arresting the suspect, 24-year-old Richard Jovan Nunez.
I so desperately wanted to see a picture of Richard. I was hoping they were going to share his mugshot, but it doesn't seem like they've shared that anywhere at the moment, at least not that I can easily find. But I already know he probably has fucking stink fumes coming off of him. I bet if people got to see what a Pokemon thief looked like that alone would be enough of a deterrent to, like, scare you away from it. Like, you don't want to end up looking like or being like Richard Nunez. Like, he could serve as such a good example to hopefully stop this from being so common. Anyway, to just dive a bit deeper here into the lore on how they got him, how they finally took down this menace. Detective Nicole Rodriguez of the New Bedford Police Department had received a tip about a person trying to sell the same booster box, that being the base set Unlimited Green Wings. Later that day, Rodriguez received another tip from Tauntaun saying that the person was trying to sell more Pokemon cards and determined it was highly unlikely the same person would possess both without being connected to the original theft. So Nunez was taken into custody in Tauntaun, and they also discovered that he had an active felony warrant out of Tauntaun District Court. So he already had a felony as well, so he is a career criminal, it sounds like. After his arrest, police searched an apartment in Dartmouth where Nunez had allegedly been staying. While there, police said they found a shoebox full of Pokemon cards that matched the ones stolen from First Edition Collectibles. Among the cards stolen was a 1999 Charizard First Edition worth more than $12,000, and two other Charizards worth $10.6K each. Doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot of wiggle room that they happen to get the wrong guy. Kind of got him with his hand in the cookie jar here. And I imagine his first choice wasn't going to physical locations to sell these items, by the way. I imagine he tried to sell them online first. But, like I said, these aren't items that move fast. And I have to take a guess here that he was probably a little worried that he would get caught if he held them for too long or tried to do more with them online, trying to like sell them at a really discounted price, because that is also something that is a red flag to people that would be interested in purchasing something like this. So he then ended up driving over 100 miles away to a store that was far from where he was staying, hoping that maybe they didn't know about the stolen cards worth over $100,000 and trying to sell far away, but obviously they were going to know. It's a big deal, and he got caught. So, good news, they got him. Hopefully, we stop seeing so many card shops being robbed. Overall, though, this is a good news story here. They did catch the guy responsible, so I'm happy First Edition Collectibles was able to, help get this guy behind bars. Hopefully they get all their items back in a timely manner as well. Great work from Collectible Tags to recognize that it was stolen items, and they got his identification to help get him caught. Great news all around, and yeah, that's really about it. See ya.